All right, so are you ready for today's deep dive?
Always ready.
Well, today we're going to be talking about something that, well, you literally can't live without,
Yeah, this is gonna be good.
and something that connects you to like giant sequoia trees and microscopic bacteria alike.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
Carbon.
Carbon. Really?
Yeah, carbon.
Huh. It's fascinating how we just take carbon for granted.
Right.
But when you stop and ask, like, why is life built on this one element,
Yeah,
it opens up like a whole universe of questions.
I know, right?
So, to help us tackle this head on,
Yeah.
we've got a great YouTube video
Oh,
from Arvin Ash
oh yeah, I've seen his stuff. He's good.
called Why is All Life Carbon Based, Not Silicon? Three Startling Reasons.
Ooh, 3 startling reasons.
Yeah.
Okay, so right off the bat, the video lays out these 3 pillars of why carbon rules the world of life.
Okay.
Complexity, abundance, and stability.
Yeah, those are good.
I gotta admit, those sound kind of textbooky at first.
Yeah.
But when you dig into the WHY behind each one,
Yeah.
well, let's just say I had a few aha moments.
I bet. So complexity is a great place to start.
Okay.
For life to work, you need intricate molecules,
Right.
tiny machines that carry information, build structures, and make reactions happen.
Right.
So could you build a jet engine out of just wooden blocks?
No.
Nope. You need specialized parts. Life's the same way.
Yeah, that's a good point. And the video points out that this is all about how many bonds an element can form.
Mm-hmm.
It's like those noble gases on the periodic table.
Right.
They're already happy with their electrons,
They're content.
so they don't bond much.
Oh.
But other elements are looking to share electrons to reach that stable state.
Exactly. And that's where carbon
And
shines.
4 bonding sites.
4 bonding sites. Imagine a carbon atom at the center of a tetrahedron.
Okay.
It can connect to 4 other atoms at once. This is where the video's Lego analogy comes
I
in.
love Legos.
Me too.
What is it?
Suddenly, you're not just stacking bricks in a line. You can build in 3D,
Uh-huh.
create branches, rings, all sorts of crazy shapes.
I can see that.
And that's exactly what carbon does in molecules like DNA.
Oh, wow.
That double helix carrying all the instructions to build and run an organism, it's mind-blowingly intricate.
Yeah.
Carbon's the only element that could handle that level of complexity.
I mean, you're right. It makes sense. But even with all that versatility, if carbon were as rare as, say, platinum,
Yeah,
we wouldn't be having this conversation.
exactly.
Abundance matters.
Abundance matters, and here's where it gets kind of poetic.
Okay.
4 of the top 5 most abundant elements in our solar system
Wow.
are also in the top 5 that make up the human body.
Whoa, wait, really?
Yeah.
So, like, the stuff of stars
Yes.
is also the stuff of US?
Uh-huh.
That's amazing.
And it is pretty cool.
Okay, but, I got to play devil's advocate here.
Go for it.
What about silicon?
Silicon.
Yeah, I've heard it's even more abundant on Earth than carbon, and it's got those 4 bonding sites too.
Mm-hmm.
So why not silicon-based life?
That's a smart question.
Thanks.
And it gets right to the heart of why those 3 pillars work together.
Okay.
Silicon can form bonds,
Oh,
and it's plentiful,
yeah.
but the problem is stability.
Stability.
The bonds it forms are weaker than carbon's because its electrons are farther from the nucleus, less tightly held.
Oh, okay. So silicon is like using glue that's kind of weak.
Yeah.
You can stick things together,
Yeah.
but they're not going to hold up under pressure.
Exactly. It's like the video says.
What's it say?
You can't build a skyscraper on a cardboard foundation. Life needs that robust carbon backbone to hold up to all the chemical reactions and processes happening inside a cell.
Okay, that makes sense. So carbon wins because it's the ultimate multitasker,
Yeah.
complex, abundant, and stable.
That's right.
But it does make you wonder if there are planets out there with totally different conditions.
Mm.
Maybe silicon could work.
Yeah.
Like, what if there's a planet where it's super cold? Maybe silicon bonds are strong enough there.
Now that's getting into some truly mind-bending territory.
Yeah.
The video touches on this. It's possible that under the right conditions, silicon life could exist.
Really?
But so far, it's all hypothetical.
Right.
Still pretty cool to think about, right?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think about the possibility of life that's totally different from what we know?
It's definitely making me rethink everything. I mean, we're so used to the idea that life equals carbon.
Right?
But what if that's just our little corner of the universe?
Yeah.
And here's another twist the video throws in.
Oh.
What if we humans end up, like, creating silicon-based life right here on Earth? Artificial life built on silicon instead of carbon.
Hold on, whoa, artificial life. Now that's a whole other deep dive waiting to happen.
It's
Is
a
that
kid.
even possible? What would
Yeah,
that even look like?
I know, right?
That's where things get really interesting. And where we'll pick up in the next part of our dive.
Sounds good.
We've gone from a simple question, why carbon,
Yeah.
to uncovering a whole universe of chemistry,
Yeah.
cosmic connections,
Hmm.
and even philosophical questions about the nature of life itself. Stick around, you won't want to miss this.
No, definitely not. Okay. My brain is still buzzing from that last segment.
I know, right?
Silicon life, artificial life.
It's crazy.
It's like we stepped into a sci-fi movie.
Totally.
But first,
Yeah.
I'm really curious to hear more about what carbon does, like here on Earth.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's not just about DNA, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, okay.
We talked about carbon being like a master builder.
Right.
Well, imagine all the different structures it can create.
Yeah.
Long chains, for example, are perfect for storing energy.
Okay.
Think fats and oils.
Huh?
That big plate of pasta you had for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Carbon chains are helping you store that energy.
So that's why I get that post-pasta energy slump?
Maybe, yeah.
Makes sense.
But carbon does more than just store energy, right?
Right.
What about those quick bursts you need when you're, say, running from a zombie?
Well, you gotta have those.
We got carbon can form rings too.
Okay.
And those are key for sugars like glucose.
Mm-hmm.
That's your body's go-to fuel.
Like gasoline for your cells.
Exactly.
So carbon chains for long-term storage.
Yep.
Carbon rings for quick energy.
We got it.
Versatile.
Yeah, very versatile.
Seriously, it's like the Swiss Army knife of elements.
I like that.
But what about like the really complex stuff, like
Right.
proteins?
Oh,
I know those are involved in. Like everything our bodies do.
proteins are the workhorses of life, no doubt.
Yeah.
And guess what?
What?
They're built on a carbon framework too.
No way.
Amino acids.
Okay.
The building blocks of proteins
Yeah.
all have a central carbon atom
Uh-huh.
bonded to different groups of atoms.
So it's like each amino acid has like a unique personality based on what's attached to that carbon.
Exactly.
So by linking different amino acids together,
Yeah.
you can create all sorts of proteins,
Uh-huh.
each with a specific job to do.
Precisely.
That's incredible.
We're still just scratching the surface.
Really?
Carbon is also essential for DNA and RNA,
Right.
the molecules that carry genetic information.
Right.
That intricate double helix structure of DNA wouldn't be possible without carbon's bonding wizardry.
You know, it's almost like carbon is a universal language for life.
Totally.
Every living thing on Earth, from bacteria to blue whales,
Yep.
uses this same carbon code to build itself and function.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It is.
And it leads to a really intriguing question.
Okay.
If we ever encounter life beyond Earth,
Yeah.
will it be speaking the same carbon language?
Mm-hmm.
Or could there be totally different systems out there?
That's a tough one.
It is.
On the one hand,
Yeah,
carbon seems like the perfect element for life.
it really does.
Versatile, abundant, stable.
That's right.
But then again,
Mm-hmm.
who are we to say that that's the only way?
Right.
Maybe there are alien ecosystems
Yeah.
based on something we haven't even imagined yet.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it?
It is,
The universe is full of surprises.
for sure.
But even if we do find silicon-based life forms
That's
or
it.
something even weirder,
Yeah.
carbon will always hold a special place in our understanding of life as we know it. Learning about it has given me a whole new appreciation for how everything on Earth is connected,
Yeah,
all built from the same fundamental building blocks.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
It's like we're all part of this giant,
Yes.
intricate tapestry,
Yeah.
and carbon is the thread that weaves it all together.
I like that analogy a lot.
But now I'm really itching to get back to that silicon life idea.
Okay, let's do it.
Is there any evidence for it,
Hmm.
or is it just pure speculation?
That's a great question, and it's where we'll head next.
Uh-huh.
Let's dive into the hypothetical world of silicon-based life and see what the science says.
Okay, so we've established carbon as like the superstar of life as we know it,
For sure.
but I'm still like hung up on this silicon-based life idea.
Yeah.
Is that like seriously a possibility?
Mm.
Or are we just in sci-fi land?
It's a question that's been bouncing around scientific circles for ages.
Okay.
So we've talked about how silicon shares some similarities with carbon,
Right.
for bonding sites and all that.
Ah.
Plus, it's super abundant here on Earth.
Right, plenty of building blocks to work with. But we also learned silicon's bonds are weaker than carbon's.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't that kind of a deal breaker for building the complex molecules life needs?
It definitely presents some challenges.
Okay.
Silicon-based molecules would be more fragile,
Yeah,
especially around water.
right.
You know how water is called the universal solvent?
I've heard that.
Well, for silicon-based life, water might be more like a universal wrecker.
So maybe silicon life would need like a completely different kind of environment,
Yeah, exactly.
someplace without water.
Exactly. Some scientists have pointed to places like Titan,
Titan.
Saturn's moon, as potential havens for silicon-based life. It's got those lakes of methane and ethane,
Oh, wow.
super cold temperatures,
Yeah.
and no liquid water.
Interesting.
Maybe that's where silicon-based molecules could hang out without, like, falling apart.
So picture this.
Okay.
Alien life forms just chilling in a methane lake.
It is kind of a wild thought.
That's wild. But even if silicon-based life could exist, what would it even look like?
Yeah.
Would it be anything like the carbon-based life we're familiar with?
That's the million-dollar question. It's tough to even imagine.
I know, right?
But one thing is for sure, it would be radically different.
Okay, so we're talking about aliens that would make those, like, sci-fi movie creatures look tame.
Yeah, totally.
This is blowing my mind wide open.
Right. The possibilities are both thrilling and a little scary.
I agree.
But honestly, we may never know for sure if silicon-based life is out there.
Yeah, that's true.
But the cool thing is, even just asking these questions pushes our scientific understanding
Right.
and makes us challenge our assumptions about life itself.
I love that.
Yeah,
Even if we never bump into a silicon-based alien, exploring the idea makes us appreciate just how diverse the universe could be.
for sure.
And hey, maybe someday we'll even be able to create silicon-based artificial life right here on Earth.
Now you're talking. Imagine the possibilities. Designing new materials, creating new medicines, maybe even new forms of intelligence.
Wow.
But let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Right.
We started this deep dive with a simple question. Why carbon?
And look where we ended up. From basic chemistry to the vastness of space. We've been on quite a journey.
We sure have. And for me, the biggest takeaway is this. The more we learn, the more we realize how much we don't know.
Yeah.
It's humbling and exciting all at the same time.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So to all you listeners out there, keep asking those big, mind-blowing questions. Never stop exploring. Never stop wondering.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Because that's how we uncover the secrets of the universe and figure out our place within it. Until next time.